MaXXXine is the third installment of Ty West's slasher trilogy, and it stars Mia Goth, Kevin Bacon, Michelle Monaghan, and a few others. Once again, directed by Ty West. It's following the movies X and Pearl, and if you've watched my channel for the past couple of years, you know that I fucking love both of those movies. Both of those movies are absolute perfection, in my opinion. And I was really anticipating MaXXXine. This movie wasn't on my top 10 most anticipated of the year because I didn't know that this movie would come out this year. They never announced a release date for this thing at the time, so if they would have announced the release date at that time, this movie would have been in my top 3. So there's that. Anyways, MaXXXine, what is it about? So Maxine Minx, the final girl of X, is trying to make it into Hollywood. And there's a mysterious killer going around. Yeah, MaXXXine. What did I think of this one? How does it compare to the first two films? I love it. I fucking adored it. Critics are not being as kind to this one as they were with the first two, and I think it's maybe because of the ending. The ending has been pretty polarizing. I'm not going to spoil anything, don't worry, but the ending has been pretty polarizing for this movie. That's probably why it's not getting as good of reviews, but that didn't stop me from loving it. I love this film. This movie was fantastic. This is one of the best films of the year. As a slasher movie, it's fucking great. Lots of good gore, lots of great kills. If you like nudity in your slasher movies, like sex and nudity, you get lots of that here too. This movie, it's not as much of a character study as Pearl was. This is more aligned with X. It's very sleazy and very gory. If you like that shit in your slasher movies, you'll love MaXXXine. All of the performances were fantastic, particularly from Mia Goth. Mia Goth is one of the best actresses working today. Everything I've seen her in so far, she's been great in. She was great in X. She was great in Pearl. She was great in Infinity Pool. Now she's also great in this movie too. This is one of the best performances she's ever given. And yeah, I hope she does more acting later on. I hope her career really explodes after this trilogy because goddamn, she is fucking great. This movie's very well shot. I love the screenplay. Ty West is a really fucking awesome director when it comes to horror. He's really showing his true fucking directing talents when it comes to directing this trilogy. And also, let's talk about the 1980s setting. So X used the 1970s setting really great. Pearl used the 1918 setting fucking perfectly. And this movie uses the 1985 setting really fucking great too. I don't have any complaints with MaXXXine. It has a great story, very compelling. It's an awesome slasher movie with some awesome gore and great kills. It has all the nudity you could ask for. MaXXXine is fucking awesome. I love this movie from beginning to end. Now, when it comes to the kills, you have keep this in mind. It's very gory, and there's one scene in particular that made me cringe. You'll know it when it happens. This is just a slight spoiler and involves a man's testicles. So keep that in mind. But if you love movies in this genre, and if you love the first two movies in this trilogy, I highly recommend checking this movie out. It is 100% worth your time. I highly recommend MaXXXine. I loved every second of it. It's one of the best of the year. I am going to give MaXXXine an A+.